Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and coming up in today's news, Tasman businesses nominated with the best, chilled out at China Week launch, and airport CEO announces new terminal on cards, and much more. Nelson will be playing host for the Hospitality New Zealand Conference and Awards ceremony on October the 8th, where New Zealand businesses nominated for excellence in various hospitality fields will be announced. Hospitality New Zealand has over 2,400 membership businesses and has chosen what they consider to be the best of the best, ranging from provincial country pubs, upmarket metropolitan gastro bars, plush multi-million-dollar hotels and neighbourhood cafes are among the finalists, announced today in the 2015 Hospitality New Zealand Awards for Excellence. Among those nominated are 3 Tasman businesses: the Jellyfish Cafe and Bar in Mapua, the Playhouse Theatre Restaurant near Mapua, and the Hampton Hotel in Murchison. The broad spectrum of award finalists is spread across 15 separate categories, with a total of 50 entries making it through to the final judging stage. The Jellyfish Cafe and Bar is a finalist in the Best Cafe, which Tasman-based business The Jester House won the year before. The Jellyfish is set on Mapua Wharf and is one of the most picturesque locations within the region. The Playhouse restaurant, set just out of Mapua in a country setting, has been nominated in the Best Entertainment Music Venue section, competing with 2 other businesses based in the bigger centres of Christchurch and Auckland. And further afield in the Best Country Hotel section is the Hampton Hotel, set in Murchison's Main Street, and is also a hopeful winner. These awards for hospitality excellence are judged over a 7-week period by a panel of independent industry professionals, with every competitor assessed on a range of commercial and operational criteria. Power to the people means more than just a power supply to your home when it comes to smart meters. These new meters seem to have become a bone of contention for those who have become aware of the health issues that research is saying that these meters can produce. In our studio today, Chrissy Small spoke with Nelson woman Sue Gray, who shared her concerns and offered some advice.
I'm here with Sue Gray, who is an environmental lawyer. Now, it's a real pleasure to have you in our studio today, but we've got something really important to discuss, and this is smart meters. Yes. Tell me about your concerns.
So smart meters have got electromagnetic radiation in them. There's a lot of different concerns about smart meters, but the electromagnetic radiation is my main concern about, and the health effects from that.
Now, so is it compulsory that people have to have these things installed in their homes?
No, despite what the power companies try and tell you, it's not compulsory. You do need a meter, but in most cases the existing old analogue meters are just fine.
So why are they introducing these smart meters?
I think it's a bit like we have with genetic engineering. It's beneficial for the company because they say it's going to save them the cost of meter maids coming round measuring your meter every couple of months. Okay. But they don't seem to have any real benefit for the consumers.
Right. So the dangers of having these things, electromagnetic fields are some, but,
yes.
But what are these other things, ionising?
Yeah, so the electromagnetic radiation is electromagnetic radiation is all around us, but certain wavelengths and frequencies of that, such as the microwave radiation, which is the radiation wavelength they use for smart meters, is known to cause harm to humans.
Right. Okay, and these are radiating quite high frequencies, I believe.
Yeah, they are. There are wavelengths that can heat the human body, and that's 100% accepted by everybody in the field, but there's also an incredible amount of international research now that it actually causes damage to DNA, to cell membranes, and to the way your hormones in your body function and the message systems in your body. And that's the area that people are getting really worried about. And there's also a percentage of the population who are basically allergic to electromagnetic radiation of these frequencies, so they get really serious allergic reactions even with a tiny exposure.
Right. Now, so we have cell phones. We've got cordless phones at home. Are these all dangerous for us?
Yeah, they are potentially dangerous. I've actually got myself a device that's like this, that plugs into my cell phone. My children
So
are horrified,
funky.
but I think it's pretty cool. And I don't like having my cell phone next to my brain when there's really compelling evidence that after, say, 10 years of exposure, there's a significant increase of brain tumours. And the longer your exposure, the bigger the risk is.
Right.
The studies around the world are consistent on that. It doesn't show up for 10 years like most tumours, but like with tobacco and everything else, but after 10, 15 years, it's starting to get worse and worse. So I use technology, I need it for my job, but I say let's look at safer ways of using it, mindful use of technology.
Right, and some people, obviously, we discussed earlier about outside of the studio about Bluetooth, and people have these little things plugged into their ears and they think they're safe, but
yeah, look, I haven't specifically looked at Bluetooth, but you can be assured that if it's it's interesting. Sometimes even if it's a frequency that your body recognises, it's almost worse, because then your body thinks that it's some message from the brain to the body to say run or jump or do whatever, and it's trying to translate something that's not even a frequency or it's not a message at all. It's a nonsense message.
Right.
So there seem to be some frequencies that are worse than others, but anything within that basically the very high frequency has got a very low short wavelength, and so if it's a short wavelength, it might be just about a centimetre or 10 centimetres, just the sort of amount that comes into your body and stops there.
Right. Okay. So we're getting these. Some of us out there in the community, obviously, getting these smart meters, but they have a right to say no.
Absolutely, and all you need to do is tell the power company that you don't want them, you don't give consent to come onto your property to take your old meter out and put your new meter in. I've just been getting a whole lot of phone calls, I'm not sure if it's random or not, from various power companies trying to get me to switch power companies. So they're telling me the discounts they'll give me, and some are pretty generous actually with discounts if you sign over to them. But my main question to them is, what is your policy on smart meters? Will you accept that I don't want a smart meter? Because if not, I'm not interested in signing over to you.
Right.
And some companies say that's fine, some say, no, we're going to make everybody have a smart meter.
Right. Excellent. Okay, so the moral of the story is you have rights.
Absolutely, you have rights. You're the consumer. It's your house. They're serving you. You don't have to be told by your supplier how you're going to receive their product. And in actual fact, you're actually legally entitled to have your own meter that you own and you read. There's a process for registering meters, and they've got to obviously be an approved type and all that sort of thing. But there's all sorts of ways that can be done without having a smart meter in your property. The interesting thing about smart meters is at the moment, even according to the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment, they're actually dumb meters, because we've only got introduced stage 1, which is sending messages from your power box back to their offices saying how much power you're using each hour of the day or whatever it is. But the next stage they want to introduce, and they are introducing overseas, is within your house sending messages to each of your appliances, so it can tell your washing machine or toaster, look, actually no, this is the busy time of day, you can't turn on at the moment, you can only turn on at 2 o'clock in the morning when the demand's gone off.
Right.
So there's a lot of potentially they can even out the power load, and that's great. They can't do it with the smart meters that they've got at the moment, but potentially with the right appliances they could. But a lot of people are saying, well, hang on a minute, Big Brother, this is my home, thanks, I'll choose when I put the toaster on and when I'll put the washing on.
Sure.
So there's those issues coming, but they don't have that capacity, at least in most of them at the moment.
Right, and with the smart meters too, it's doing away with the meter maid.
Yeah, another job gone. I mean, how much do we charge? How much does it cost me to have a meter person coming around every couple of months looking at my meter for a couple of minutes? I can't imagine it's a lot. Personally, I'd rather pay for that than have electronic devices. Yeah, it's a small price to pay. And if it's your job at stake, you'd imagine it's really important.
That's right. Sue Gray, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you so much for enlightening us on the power problem.
Well, thank you very much. It's been really fun.
Chrissy also spoke to another knowledgeable person who has some experience with radio waves.
I have Mainland Broadcasting Station Manager Gary Watson here in the studio with us today. Now, Gary's a bit of an expert on radio waves, and talking about smart meters, I thought, well, why not ask someone who's smart and knows about meters and radio waves. So Gary, tell us a bit about what kind of health issues can come from the use of these types of smart meters.
Well, there are lots of devices which emit what they call non-ionized radiation, and the higher the frequency, the more damage it does to the human body. For example, low frequencies can go through the human body and there's not a problem. It's like sound frequencies. They're very low frequencies. Yes, it can rattle you at a big party with a sound system, but it's a little bit like microwaves, which are around about 2 gigs. If you open the door and trigger the switch and let that thing radiate, it will do a lot of damage, and it's something to be wary of. So anything that emits any form of radiation, the closer you are to the source and the higher energy being dissipated from that source, the more there is of a danger. So yes, there is a theoretical danger with smart meters. If the antenna is put in a place that's well away from people, less likely to be a problem. I'd be more concerned with radiation from like cell phones, or making sure that your microwave oven in your kitchen is safe. Just little things like that. So it's the overall kind of radiation. But remember, the biggest radiator that's going to cause you cancer is the sun.
Right. Okay. But going back to man-made devices, which the sun isn't, we have the use of cell phones. We have walk-around cordless phones at home, that sort of thing. It's starting to look like these devices, and they say don't keep these devices close to your head, and yet they're designed to be close to the head. So what can people do about that?
Well, in a car you can use your hands-free device and keep your cell phone away from you. That's one issue. But the people that are using these little Bluetooth devices in the ear, remember, they are also a transmitting device, be it low power, but if you are reasonably close to a cell site, your phone drops its power level down to save on battery so that it's not unnecessarily producing a high signal when it doesn't need to. So in some cases it may be that your Bluetooth device in your ear is actually producing more non-ionized radiation going into your brain than what the phone would be if you're using it directly. So let's not kid ourselves. Yes, the radiation levels are low, but we don't know what the threshold points are doing. We don't know if it's going to cause a tumour. So my advice is, if in doubt, minimise the time that you use it, and if you're using your phone a lot, then look at hands-free. I mean, a lot of the phones these days, if you're in a reasonably private situation, you can actually put your phone on speakerphone and put it down on your desk, and you can still talk on it, and you minimise the amount of radiation that you're being exposed to.
Right.
So I guess it's just about common sense, understanding what's happening here, and just minimising the effects. It's a little bit like the sun again, isn't it? Right? You know, minimising your exposure to the sun, using a bit of common sense and a bit of lotion on, but at the end of the day it's common sense. But lots of things radiate electricity. Power lines do, the wiring in your house does, your
Wi-Fi,
TVs, everything has got local oscillators in it, but they're generally quite low. So yeah, I just say rule of thumb, just use a bit of common sense. If you're a big user of a device, then just think about the consequences and have a look on Mr. Google's. It's got a wonderful list of advice on there.
And what you were saying about the hands-free and speakerphone, I mean, some people use their phone and it doesn't matter if it's on speakerphone or not, they're very loud. So you can hear people.
Some people are so loud you could actually turn the phone off and just open the window.
Exactly. Great. So there's no change there.
No.
Breast cancer awareness has been growing for decades, helping prevent fatal outcomes for many women. And now Blue September 2015 is taking on a fresh approach to making men aware of prostate cancer. The message in 2015 is confronting the inhibitions men have to having a digital rectal examination, which is the physical examination required to check for prostate abnormalities. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in New Zealand men and the third most common cause of cancer death in men after lung cancer and bowel cancer. 1 in 10 will develop prostate cancer in their lifetime. 3,000 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer each year in New Zealand, and last year alone approximately 600 Kiwi men died from prostate cancer. The Prostate Cancer Foundation of New Zealand encourages all men over the age of 40 to have a regular prostate check if there is a family history of prostate cancer. And if you're between 50 to 70, then consider an annual prostate check. Remember, if diagnosed early, chances of a full recovery are improved. Some good news just out is that Nelson Pine is ready to help with a new terminal building for Nelson Airport. The Nelson City Council and Tasman District Council owned Nelson Airport has been given the green light to design and construct a larger terminal at Nelson Airport. The Board of Nelson Airport Limited have accepted the recommendations of an independent feasibility study that proposed Nelson Airport's terminal and control tower make way for a new fit-for-purpose terminal that can meet the region's future needs. The study included input from structural and service engineers, quality surveyors and the lead project consultants Impact Project Management and Studio Pacific Architecture. Nelson Airport CEO Robert Evans said that they asked for a comparison of the costs, project time and inconvenience for airport users of remediating the current facilities or undertaking a total rebuild. The decision and rationale was presented to Nelson Airport stakeholders last week, who received compelling reasons why a new build is the best way to provide an airport of the future that will meet the region's growing aspirations. The consultants estimated that a rebuild would be quicker and will be less intrusive on operations and less expensive than remediation. The existing airport terminal was opened over 40 years ago, replacing what was once little more than a converted hangar that seemed to rain more water inside than outside on a rainy day. Robert Evans said that with the recent airline announcements and the forecast growth for the next 20 to 30 years, that by the end of 2017 they are forecasting more than 1 million passengers with over 300 flights per week. It is clear that it needs to be expanded with improved amenity levels for all users. Nelson Airport expects to provide further details about project timing, total costs and design elements in early next year. I went to the Nelson streets to ask people their thoughts on the agreed new build for the Nelson Airport terminal.
I think it's good. Probably some will go out of business. They start up and they disappear quickly. And what's going to happen is the prices will come down for a short time.
No, I think go ahead with it. I think it's a fantastic idea, because if you sort of look on the negative going into the future, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Great.
Yeah, so no, I think it'd be wonderful for Nelson. Yeah, bring it on.
Well, I'm pretty happy. Well, if it's all about Jetstar, way to go for that. However, I hope it just remains fair all around with all the competitors. That's all. Just ask for fairness.
It was a cold night, but a great crowd turned out when China Week was launched on Monday at 1903 Square. And for the people that braved a chilly evening, they were not disappointed with the exhibition of Chinese traditional performances and arts. As we have come to expect from the Chinese, the professionalism and attention to detail in the performances were outstanding. The Mayor started the proceedings off by thanking everyone involved that made this event possible, followed by the Chinese Consulate General Jin Ju-qian.
China Week, I think, is the best platform, or one of the best platforms, that could encourage knowledge of the local people about China. China is a large country with more than 5,000 years of history. To get to know China is not an easy job.
We'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Welcome to Smugglers Pub and Cafe, open 7 days a week with free parking all day. Our lunch menus have that fat old-fashioned flavour where we treat you like treasure with the food you'll savour.
We cater for children, grannies and granddads too, with special rates and privileges given to the elderly lunchtime crew. Our staff are friendly and kind and want to see you all come back time after time.
Daytime or evening, it doesn't matter. Give us a call on 546 4084 and we'll be happy to spoil you.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialists, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm Harris from the Facilitators. We now look after sales for Mainland TV, radio, Sky and online. New Zealand On Air's latest Colmar Brunton survey confirms Mainland's large multimedia audience. If you're in business or want to put a message out to everyone in the Nelson Tasman region, plus nationwide on Sky or worldwide online, please give me a call or see our website at www.mainlandtv.nz.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics, toys,
sound systems, cables and much, much more.
JCar. 120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Positive Ageing Forum, Nelson, Tasman, May 21st September at 1 p.m. Constance Barneycoat Meeting Room, Richmond Library at Queen Street. All welcome, and the guest speaker is the Director from the Office for Senior Citizens. For more information, please go to the links provided. On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand On Air.
This is a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. It's a large internal access double garage. It fits 2 cars nicely with a little workshop bench at the end of it. In this room we have 2 large lazy boys, a 3-seater and a 2-seater leather lounge suite, 50-inch Samsung TV and a heat pump. Features are a cathedral ceiling and of course that beautiful view.
For relatively little cost, you too can sell your house. Do it yourself. You're the best person to promote and sell your own house. Your personal endorsement is the best selling proposition. Put yourself on screen and sell it. You know the attractions of your house. You know it better than anybody else. So, Get up there and tell us all about it. Sell it.
Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms. One of these has a full ensuite, that's the master bedroom, with large bifold doors. Now out these bifold doors you get to a wraparound deck area that faces northwest, and this is lovely in the morning for sitting and having your coffee.
Hawk Films is now producing for you an advertising package and a broadcasting service at a price far lower than you would expect. We will produce your advertising video and feature it across TV, radio and electronic media. Your message will be up to 3 minutes long and it'll be broadcast 5 times a day on radio and TV. 5 times a day. And it will be listed online all day, every day, for exposure to your potential buyers. You can also use the ad and the photos to promote your house on radio, TV, Trade Me and other real estate sites. We can also offer drone aerial shots for a totally different viewpoint from the one you would normally see. Selling your house is up to you and your solicitor. We're here to merely add value to your advertising strategy. Give me a call and let's get your property on the market. Or better still, email or text me and I'll call you back.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Here at Yes Shop, we love the word yes.
Yes.
We say yes to kitchenware. We say yes to beauty. We say yes to homewares. We say yes to fashion. We say yes to electronics.
Yes to Philips. Yes to Dell. Yes to Apple.
Happy Cool, Glad, Goldia, Hurom and thousands of other products in our store.
Yes!
Say yes to TV shopping that's all about fun, made right here in New Zealand with Kiwi presenters like me.
Yes! Say yes to the ultimate service.
With dedicated presenters taking the product out of the box and showing you how it works.
And what it can do for you.
Say yes to our international buying power. That lets us bring you the best bundles at the best bargains.
All from the comfort of your own home.
24 hours a day.
So what are you waiting for?
There's nothing quite like it.
Come with me.
Say yes to Yes Shop.
Yes!
Why would you want to pay as much as $1,000 for a single bed mattress when you can buy a high quality locally made mattress like this for as little as $220? And a queen size mattress could cost you in excess of $3,000, but at Nelson Beds you could have a mattress like this as low as $425. So why would you go out and spend a fortune on your child's bedroom when you can come to Nelson Beds and buy a complete single mattress and base set, a 7-drawer Scotch chest, a headboard and a 3-drawer bedside cabinet for as little as $979? So call and discuss our custom manufacturing options and local after sales service at Nelson Beds, Nelson's only bedding manufacturer.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach, walk or swim. Phone 546408.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialists, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialists, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialists, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
Nelson Tire Center, great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer, all types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
Nestled in the garden city of Christchurch is one of New Zealand's most beautiful and famous holiday parks, where we join the wildlife with a warm welcome to all visitors. The canopy of trees and gardens provide a tranquil setting amongst all the amenities, playgrounds, swimming and spa pools, and entertainment on a grand scale. This wonderful park offers the weary traveller a haven of quality. Low-cost cabins, motels, tourist flats, caravan, campervan and campsites. Meadow Park, located on Cranford Street near the main North Road, Christchurch.